If you are an e-commerce brand in January, you have two options. One, scale back because Q4 is over and you believe that everybody is saving their money after Christmas. Or two, take back control and understand that desires have changed, behaviors have changed, and what worked in Q4 will not work in Q1. In my agency, we have worked with over 55 e-com brands and have scaled from 1K days to $100,000 days by following our hyper-targeted ad creative method. And in this video, I'm about to reveal 5 frameworks from winning ad creatives that scaled this time last year so you can steal them. And these ads that combined have generated over $2.3 million in January alone use very specific psychological tactics that induced an impulse purchase at scale. Let us begin. Okay, the first thing you want to understand is that every January people have resolutions, but resolutions actually change. You can see here on the left is 2022's New Year's resolutions, and a lot of them are exercise, eat healthier, lose weight, spend time with family and friends. Whereas in 2026, it's exercise, save money, eat healthier, spend more time with family and friends. And also here we have improve my performance on the job, which means that people clearly care a lot about finances, the economy, etc. And one thing you gotta understand is that human desires change in January. People are a lot more motivated. They think it's a fresh start, and they don't have the same buyer behaviors that they did towards Q4. And so you as a marketer need to also change. Now the first ad I'm going to show you is by ButcherBox. Now this ad absolutely crushed and they followed the goal gap gains framework. So let me play this for you.
Things that'll help you crush your fitness goals this year, no matter how much effort you put into a workout routine.
So what it did just there is they set up the goal of the video. So they said things that help you crush your fitness goal this year is the goal. So if you are somebody that's selling a specific supplement, or even if it's clothing, you want to find out what people's goals are for the year. Maybe it's change up their fashion. Maybe it's to reduce thinning hair. Whatever it is, you want to set up the goal and be like, hey, if you have this goal, basically keep watching. But here's where things kind of change.
No matter how much effort you put into a workout routine, it all comes down to your diet and protein intake.
Working out is not enough. Getting to the result comes down to your diet and protein intake. And that right there is the gap. You have found a goal, you have created a gap, and now you introduce your solution as to how it's going to help. For your product, you might want to think about how you can create a gap between what somebody wants to achieve this year and what they are currently doing to actually solve that gap. Now, I like to look at Reddit forums. I like to look at solutions that somebody has tried before. Like, for example, if I was writing this one, workout routine is one thing, but they probably also tried a fitness app to track their calories. And that is a gap. You've probably tried counting your calories, but that's not enough. You need to have food delivered to you so that you don't have to think about the calories. But now the most important thing here is the gains part. So a lot of brand owners that run ads, they just go straight from goal to gains. Instead, we got to build this gap and then provide the gains. So you can see what they did here is they said,
you need to be getting them from ButcherBox. They're a one-stop shop to seeing those gains in no time. Plus, you have an endless selection of meats right at your fingertips, like 100%.
Now, gains in here, I mean the benefits. What are the benefits that someone's going to get from you? How are they going to get closer to the goal that you set up? And also, how are they going to close the gap that you created in here? Now, the goal gap gains framework is an absolute banger. In fact, we even use this for one of our clients. Let me play the ad for you and you can see the results on the side. They speak for themselves.
I literally gave up wine when I started eating clean because of the sugar. And I now find out there is zero sugar wine that actually tastes good. If you are focused on health, you know wine is usually off limits. Most wine have 25 grams of sugar, which completely ruins your macros. I had to stop drinking it. But then I found grassy and checked the label, 0 grams of sugar. They use traditional methods, letting the wine really...
By the way, I scripted a framework for all 5 of the ads I'm talking about today, where you can just copy your research document, use any LLM of your choice, like Claude, ChatGPT, and actually create the scripts based on winning ads, not just theory. And you can get that by clicking the first thing in the description below and join my school community called Ad Creators Lab. Now, not only do you get the scripts, but I'll also show you exactly how we as an agency are experimenting with AI ads that look like this.
My boyfriend just spent $300 on jewelry that I'm about to destroy.
Heard about the miracle hair growth oil that's going viral on my For You page? It actually works.
Plus, every week I roast your ads, so I hope to see you in there. Now, the next ad framework might surprise you. We are actually very close to Valentine's Day. It's only like a month away. So let me show you what this brand, The Essence Vault, did using the Valentine's Curiosity Loop.
I got my boyfriend a Valentine's gift for free. So I went on that fishing date with my boyfriend. And I needed that extra. So what
it did there with that hook is they created a curiosity loop. They said that, okay, I need to get my boyfriend a Valentine's gift for free. So we established that this is a Valentine's Day themed video. Create creating a story that doesn't have a close is a great way to hold attention. Here, she says, I went on that fishing date with my boyfriend. I needed that extra oomph, and the Essence Vault did something, right?
So of course I use my favorite perfume from the Essence Vault, number 82. I swear by this stuff. It's just so affordable and long lasting. Anyways, I am not...
She started the curiosity loop. She explains the desire that she wanted, and then she goes into the solutions, the product, etc. That's where you stack your benefits. But every loop has to close at some point, and that's when you get to the payoff.
Joking, my boyfriend was all over me. It was so funny. He kept asking me how much money I spent on this perfume, and when I told him it was from the Essence Vault, he did not believe me. And then he started saying, because I'd say...
So right there, that's the payoff section. So my boyfriend was all over me. That's the social proof payoff that a lot of people that want this perfume want. And he asked about money, and they focused the call to action a lot on pricing. So you can choose whatever payoff you want. But the most important thing is that, especially for Valentine's Day gifts, everybody fantasizes over giving a gift to their partner that they're going to love. So even if your product solves whatever problem, you can spin this into a story and then have that story have a curiosity loop. For example, if you sell supplements or something to do with weight loss, you can talk about a date night and having confidence for the date night. Start the open loop with, I wanted to get in a good shape for my date night, and the payoff is how the partner actually reacted to their transformation. If you sell fitness, you can do something like how I managed to look the best shape for a date night whilst eating pizza every day. That could be a really cool one. And if you do fashion, I know a lot of people that watch these videos have clothing brands. You can talk about something like a job interview or going to an event and how people reacted to this, and you can start the open loop there. Skincare is an easy one. You can talk about how you found the fountain of youth, or how you discovered a new routine that made it so all your years of feeling insecurity have gone, and the payoff is probably going to see your classmates that have known about your skin issues and having their reactions. Now, the last three ad creatives are part of what I like to call the Transformation Trifecta. Now, the Transformation Trifecta are related to this formula here, which is Alex Hormozi's value equation. Now, in order to increase the value perceived for somebody from our ads, we need to increase the dream outcome, increase the perceived lack of achievement, reduce the time delay, and reduce the effort and sacrifice. So let me show you how we do it with these ads. And I've organized these ads in terms of the 3 levels of effort, because we know people usually don't fulfill their New Year's resolutions. They set like 10, and then by the end of the year, they've only done 1 or 2, for example. When it comes to our advertising and helping our buyers actually get closer to solving their problems for the new year, we want to stagger these creatives in terms of how much effort it's going to take for them to be solved. And by effort, I really do mean perceived effort. So let me explain. This ad here is a Google search of the best tool to quit vaping. Now, in terms of effort, this is a level 1 effort. It's the fastest way to solve a problem. Okay, it's somebody searching a problem and getting the solution, and that's it. Buy this thing and you're going to quit vaping. And you want to present your product as an immediate solution. You want to present your product as the fastest to get the result. So you can see here, in terms of the value equation, we are reducing the time delay and reducing the effort and sacrifice. You can show your dream outcome, like quit vaping, and the product. Bonus points if you can actually say a time delay, like it's going to take you whatever weeks. If it's a fitness class or it's a fitness program, you can say X result in certain days. If it's fashion, it's immediately show up to work looking stunning without having to try a bunch of different stuff. The next ad is a second level of effort, and you can see we have what's called a problem call out, and basically just guiding somebody to change their situation and solve their problem and get closer to the solution. Are you experiencing this? Do you have this problem? The solution is that, or let's change that this year. You want to talk more about the dream outcome. So in this case, we are really focusing on the dream outcome and increasing the perceived likelihood of achievement, right? So like thinning hair, let's change that for this year. Stubborn belly fat, let's reduce it in 6 months. No fashion sense, let's fix this with a quiz. And the reason it's level 2 effort is because it's not an immediate change, but it's a step in the right direction for somebody. But the last creative that I'm going to give you is one that will probably get you the best customers, because even though it's going to take longer to get results, it's going to have them actually want to stay with your product, especially if you sell subscriptions. And that is the level 3 effort creative, which is to help build habits. So everyone wants to build habits in this year, and habits are really the only way for anybody to get results. And so what you want to do is create an ad creative that doesn't necessarily try and solve a problem immediately, but it helps people who are ready to start a new change. It is going to have the longest time delay and potentially the highest effort and sacrifice, but we are drastically increasing the dream outcome. And everybody knows that if you follow a habit, you will get the achievement. So we just have to help them along the way. So for example, here, make hydration a habit, or showing that you can stay hydrated with 0 sugar, 0 drunk, real hydration. For this one is an example of building a habit for somebody. For example, let's say somebody wants to get in shape and you want to do an ad for something that tracks your steps step count, you can do hit 10K steps every day. Now I've just given you 5 ad creatives for you to run this Q1, but if you want to make these with UGC, it can take a long time. So if you want to actually make this with AI and have it look good, you're going to want to watch this video to learn the new way to make ad creatives with AI that actually look legit. And I'll see you there.